Hey guys, am I the asshole for telling my father-in-law that he can't arrive at our house at 1 a.m.? No, it's your house. Baby, if I say no visitors slash no showing up after certain business hours, then that's what it means. Fuck how you feel. But it says now this story has been labeled not enough info. Let's find out why. My father-in-law is staying with us for 3 weeks over the holidays, which I already find an unacceptable length, but whatever. 3 weeks. What the fuck you need to be at my house for 3 weeks for? He told us he was planning on coming up this weekend from Florida. He will be driving. My wife asked me what time he thinks he might be arriving, and he said 1 a.m. I said that is unacceptable and that he should leave at a different time or stop along the way and get a hotel. We have 2 young children, 8 months and 3.5 years old. The guest bedroom my father-in-law will be staying at requires him to walk past their rooms. Last thing I need is him coming at 1 a.m. making all sorts of noise and waking everybody up. Fair. And you got an 8-month-old, baby. Once you put them churn down to sleep, I need y'all to stay the fuck to sleep. But then again, the way my family raises kids, you have to learn how to sleep around a bunch of noise. So, but I get it. My wife was talking to my father-in-law and she was pushing back a little bit, and I kept quiet until he said, "There's another way of looking at this. A man coming to visit his family. Like we are lucky to be graced with his presence." I had to chime in and say, "No, 1 a.m. is unacceptable." He replies, "You're entitled to your opinion." Sir, this is my fucking house. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. It's unacceptable in this house. Now, when we come to your house, I'll be sure to show up at 12:38 a.m. and see how you feel about it. The conversation got a bit heated after that comment, with it resulting in him agreeing to arrive at a normal time. Now my wife is trying to guilt trip me into being a bad guy for making him arrive at a normal time. Am I the asshole? No. And this is somebody in the comments said, I don't think so, because like, first of all, you coming to somebody else's house. You need to be mindful of that, and they have kids. So you don't need to be showing up at any and all kind of hours like that anyway. Somebody said, how far is he traveling? And he said he's traveling from southern Florida to New England. 20 hours. He likes to do it in one trip. 3 weeks was mostly between my wife and him, with my reluctant approval on the condition he watches the kids New Year's Eve and gets trained to take care of the baby the weeks leading up to New Year's Eve. 20 hours? He want to make a 20-hour trip. And I can't even be mad. Because y'all, I'm not going to lie. I drove from Savannah, Georgia to Detroit, Michigan in one trip. That was a 16-hour trip. And if I had to, I would have drove another 4 fucking hours to get to. So I get it. I'm not mad. But there's a way that because first of all, if you got time to drive the 20 hours and to be gone for 3 weeks, you have the time to plan your trip in such a way that you leave and arrive at a normal time. So no, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. Because first of all, I want to know about his relationship with the dad, because I don't know if it's just him not appreciating him being there for 3 weeks, or him not wanting the man there at his house at all. I'm kind of curious about that. Let's be nosy and look and see what other comments he replied to. It says, I guess somebody was asking about, do they got any other people up there to, and he said, no one else will host him, and he is my wife's father. We compromised by limiting the time we host him while he is up here. The rest of the time, he rents a place because no other family members or friends will host him. Okay, so obviously there's something wrong with the daddy that no other family members will let him stay at their house. Nobody else. And limit the time. This nigga wanted to stay more than 3 weeks. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, bro. You needed this story, we definitely needed way more con context. Oh, I know words. So I had to go fishing in the comments so we can get some more context. Okay, it sounded like the father-in-law real fucked up. Okay, y'all. So some people, they was like, "Oh man, you fucked up for not letting him stay and whatever like that." And he was saying how, let me see. He was saying how he said it's also different when it's 3 weeks at our house. That's not a visit. He's basically living with us and using our house as a free hotel service. He also lived with us for a month during the summer. Last year, he lived with us for 6 months, and that was not okay. Do you really think it's okay for an in-law or anyone really to come over whenever they want for however long they want? No. And you and your wife nicer than me. Actually, you nicer than me because I don't give a how my wife feel. Your daddy not staying with me for 3 months, a month, 6 months. Sir, where is your home? You have a home in Florida. The hell? So then somebody was like, clearly you have some more issues with this man other than just to stand, because it sounds like he just want to spend time with his grandchildren and whatever like that. What is your actual issue? And he said a few years ago, he sold his house near us. He could have sold the house in Florida, but he didn't want to do that because he wants to avoid the taxes here. He made that choice. Now he wants to come up whenever he normally would visit, which is fine, but we are literally the only ones that will let him stay for more than a day. His sister won't let him stay. His brother won't let him stay. None of his friends will let him stay. There are reasons for this. Your sister, your brother, and none of your friends want you to stay for more than a day? Yeah, clearly it's him. Clearly it's the daddy. He doesn't ask to stay. He tells us when he wants to come up and how long he is staying. Sir, this is not no fucking hotel. That's not how that works. We have no say in this. It's your house. This summer, we told him he needed to limit his stay at our house. He is welcome to visit, but he can't live with us for more than a month. He stayed for 6 weeks and then rented a place for the remainder of his stay because no one else would host him. He said, understand what your actual issue is. He said, you're right. The issue goes beyond just the arrival time. It is the general level of disrespect he has for me and my wife when he stays here. That is the actual issue other family members have with him as well. I can see how this situation is in a vacuum seems petty on my part. Perhaps it is, and I will reflect on that. However, there's a certain point where he is imposing on us too much, and it should be all right to create boundaries when we feel they are necessary. You and your wife need to have a very long conversation together about her daddy. And I need you to hit her with that line from Frozen. Let it go. Sis, let it go. Your daddy is annoying as hell. You hear that, baby? He annoying. And he doing too much. Because ain't no way you coming to my house telling me when you coming and how long you staying for. No. That's not how this works. And you had a house near us, but you sold the house near us to keep your house in Florida because you didn't want to pay the taxes, but you spend almost a whole year up here in my house, sir. Or you rent a house, sir. If you don't go to the lowest depths of hell, which is somewhere in Florida, or just get a house up here again, because we're not doing that no more. Y'all need to set some firm boundaries, but first you and your wife need to have a real honest conversation about her daddy. But that's just what I think. What do y'all think?